I bought a LEGO Speed Champion set, where 268 pieces turn into an F1 car. From a movie F1. It comes with standard LEGO instructions and a small sticker sheet. There are 5 bags of parts split across 4 build stages. What made me really happy is that many of the logos are printed directly on the pieces in good quality. I like this approach much more than stickers. I also noticed a few new parts, although that might just be because I haven't built LEGO F1 sets before. The wheels are different sizes, wider in the back and narrower in the front. There are 2 minifigures with 2 facial expressions, hairstyles, and helmets that even have autographs on them. The helmet mold itself also seems new. This is probably one of the most unusual LEGO sets I've seen. It's a reference to Formula One, but at the same time, it's a car from a fictional team created specifically for the movie. Still, its design is clearly inspired by the history of different real F1 teams. Since it's a movie car, its iconic status instantly doubles, especially considering that this movie was the most expensive film in cinema history at the time of its release. A lot of new technologies were used, and many people who watched the film without being deeply into F1 ended up becoming part of the larger fan community. Now this set has joined LEGO Speed Champions collection dedicated to F1, which makes it another major collaboration. Maybe I missed something, but I really like this set. I'm not a huge F1 fan. I prefer other motorsport series, but I do watch F1 races occasionally for variety. I also watched the F1 movie, and honestly, it was great. This set left very positive impressions from a build. LEGO always does a great job with the building experience. The quality and fit of the parts are excellent, and the livery design looks good too. I wanted to criticize the stickers a bit, but they're actually done very well here. The size fits the parts nicely, and the colors don't make the stickers stand out like ugly patches. Maybe that's because of the black color, or maybe LEGO is just fixing past mistakes and improving their quality. Since the set has only 268 pieces, the build was very quick. I didn't even notice how fast the time flew by. Of course, if you really wanted to, you could criticize it for the lack of certain functions or moving parts. But honestly, they're not needed here. The Speed Champions collection is about visual impact, atmosphere, and the building experience. This set is an experiment at the intersection of cinema, motorsport, and LEGO. You don't need to be a Formula One fan to enjoy it. It works even if you simply love beautiful car models and enjoy the building process. What's funny is that it doesn't make you want to immediately buy 5 more F1 cars and line them up on the shelf like a starting grid. It stands on its own, but at the same time, it's still part of F1. I'd compare it to a pace car. It's part of the race, but it's also a powerful sports car, often in a top-spec version with special modifications. I also caught myself thinking that the movie origin doesn't bother me at all here. Sometimes when something is from a movie, it feels like pure marketing, like an attempt to ride the hype. But here it's the opposite. It feels like the movie simply gave a reason to create an interesting design and to combine several stories into one model. It's not the biggest, not the most complex, and not the most expensive set in my collection, but it's definitely one of the most memorable ones. I really like the vibe of this set. When a model was fully built, I placed it on the table and liked it for a few minutes, then kept looking at it every time I walked past. On the shelf, this F1 car looks very confident. Thanks to the black and gold livery, it immediately stands out and feels expensive and exclusive. Because of that color combination, even though F1 is already an expensive motorsport. And about a week after finishing the build, I realized something was missing. I have a lot of power build sets in my collection, and they're all stored in cool, branded display cases. So this F1 car started to get lost among them. I decided it needed a display case of its own. I looked through many different options and designs, but eventually chose one and bought it. It's very stylish and detailed. All the main logos and brands are shown here, with team-style colors, and the black and gold color combination is one of my favorites. There's also information about the drivers. That's where I'll place the 2 driver minifigures. And on the other side, the F1 car itself will be mounted. And now, it's a complete art object that will hang on my wall like a modern, expensive piece of art.